Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned. Hello guys, welcome to Global Happenings today. We have a trending news here for you, and the headline of the news reads, finally Deji Adeyanju heed the advice of IPOB and publicly did this to their leader. But before we continue with details of the news and further analysis, we'd like to encourage you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button and also on the bell icon so that you can get notification anytime we publish videos on YouTube.
All right, Deji Adeyanju has finally opened up, as he said that things have become well between the duo. It could be recalled that Deji was once an ardent critic of Kanu's Biafra movement. This even as Deji has openly called Kanu a fraudster. However, as events may have it, Deji, after being assaulted by the Nigerian police during the protest he led against the alleged non-performance of the present government, Deji declared that Kanu was absolutely right about Nigeria. This led him to apologize to the IPOB leader. He made the apology on his Twitter handle while calling on Nigerians to sit up and take back their country. According to him, Nigeria is being run by cabal. After the apology, Nigerians has wondered who could make it possible between the two activists, as both are seeking different things. But Deji has today let the cat out of the bag, and no other person than a close friend of Kanu, Chief Femi Fani-Kayode, revealing the man in his Twitter page. Deji thanked FFK for rebuilding the bridge of the friendship between him and Kanu. He wrote, Let me specially thank Egbon at Real FFK for rebuilding the bridge of friendship between my brother Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and yes, myself. I express regret over many of the criticism of him. It's only in a zoo that characters like Buhari are fit to be leaders. Nigeria never had it this bad before. In his response, Chief FFK wrote, You are a blessing, Deji. Thanks.
All right, that's just the news, and we want to look at some of the comments of Nigerian in respect to this. And one person says here, Kanu remain the only God sent. Okay, Kanu remain the only God sent freedom fighter. He speaks like a prophet. Another one here says, he is fighting a just cause of freedom for the Biafrans, which is long overdue. God grant him total freedom for the Biafrans. Another one here says, the North should understand that we are not slaves. We need growth in all ramifications. They should stop setting up us back to darkness age. They should leave Nigeria if they don't want development and form their own country. And the last one here says, as for me, if the government is not equal and does not have wisdom, I will create my pathway and leave the country. FFK has done noble. All right, those are some of the few reactions that we've had, and we want to look at this extensively to, talk about what Deji has said. I have my colleague here. What do you have to say about the statement made by Deji? Does it mean that his eyes is now open and he has realized that Biafran leader was really helping the people?
I guess it took him quite a while to realize this. I was privileged to have watched one of his videos. He made a short clip in one of his social media page, and what I saw there was really pathetic. Then, that was not now as at then. He took his time and gave it to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, where he said Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not just a leader, but he was more like a fraudster, that he's busy deceiving his people, lying to them that he's fighting a just cause, but all he's thinking of was his pocket, that all he's thinking of was his pocket on how to get so much money, that instead of him to stay back and do the need, that he's nothing more than a fraudster, a terrible one at that, But, that didn't stop there. there was another one I still saw where he said that instead of Mazenam to stay back and fight, that was during that Operation Python and Segweke, when they came down to Mazenam the Kano's house and shot a lot of IPOBians. They were trying to protect him, and how Mazenam escaped and finally found himself, thank God, for life, found himself down to Israel, and now he's over there in diaspora in safe hands, where he now said, why is Mazenam, there's only a coward runs, that he has been in Nigeria fighting this freedom fight, fighting the present government of the day, speaking loudly, speaking against, criticizing them boldly, that several times he has been in Kuje prison, several times they've arrested him, several times they have put him in prison, but that didn't deter him. When he comes out, he becomes louder. And who is a leader? A leader is one who stays back and fight the fight and not run away like a little chicken. There was no name he didn't know, a terrible name he didn't give to Nnamdi Kanu. Say that he gets amazed how the likes of the real FFK believe that this guy is real, that the guy is a scam. Oh no, was really pathetic. The words he used then was really pathetic. Well, funny enough, Nnamdi Kanu never deemed it fit to reply him, because I guess he was seeing the bigger picture then. He was seeing some certain things that some persons were not seeing now. A lot of persons have started talking, a lot of politicians have started talking, some of the northern elites, northern elders, those who were in the corridor of power, then the Badamosi Babangida them, IBB them, the Badamosis them, that was one time a candidate of a PDP, then another ported to ADP, have started talking. Now look, the way things are running, that we are now divided more now than ever before. The government of the day has not been, fulfilling their promises. There's so much suffering. Even if you want to hide it, the facts don't lie. There are proofs everywhere. And now people are beginning to talk. And those are the things that Nnamdi Kanu have been trying to say long before now. And, but Deji Adeyanju didn't see it in that light. He felt that it was like an idea where Nnamdi Kanu is now seeing a kind of bank where he's cashing out his money back to back and all that. Now all of a sudden, he started seeing reasons, bit by bit, he started seeing reasons with them, as if that's not enough. The last time he had a protest in front of this syrup stuff, protest against the detention of the Sowore. Yes, I could still remember when that detention was Sowore. They detained Sowore unlawfully. They now went down to Abuja to say, look, if you don't release Sowore at so and so time, we are going to have a protest and all that. Where higher thugs, they call themselves pro-Buhari group, those thugs beat him up, practically leashed on him. And when they found out that his health was not, wasn't recovering very fine, they had to fly him out to United Arab Emirates to receive treatment. After all this said and done, he just realized, look, let it not be that all along this guy has been right and I have been wrong. And, even though real FFK have said before now that Deji Adeyanju has same reasons with Nnamdi Kanu and they are working in the same light, but he still felt it is right to make it public. And now for the first time, he usually doesn't use the word zoo. Zoo is always as synonymous with Nnamdi Kanu. Whenever he talks, he'll tell you the zoo. Always the zoo. He doesn't really call Nigeria. Most of the time he calls Nigeria the zoo. And for the first time, Deji Adeyanju looked at Nigeria and said, truly, this can only be in the zoo. That, now if you can check, you see his Twitter handle where he snapshot and the daughter, Hanan, daughter of Buhari, where she was flying the private presidential jet to a private social function, not official. And all that particular action has brought a lot of social outcry and all that. Now you can see that the merger between these guys will be something else. Don't forget that we have the likes of Sowore on side, still pumping. Now Deji Adeyanju has potted with IPOB members alongside Nnamdi Kanu, who has also been giving his own onslaught the other way. Yesufu Aisha is on the other side too, giving them back back to back. It looks as if, activists are raising front, back, and center. We have the Yorubas, the Igbos, the Hausas pumping against the government of the day. And I feel that even this 2020, more may arise. So between them, now they have started merging forces. I don't know how it's going to be, but I feel that this is like good signs, good tidings, ahead to come.
All right. All of these that they are doing is tailored towards mostly correcting the government, criticizing them constructively so that they can align with the plan that will make Nigeria actually a glorious one. Because the truth is, the country has suffered a lot and people are tired of the suffering. So they are working together to make Nigeria great, though also, the Biafrans also are targeting being called an independent state so that they can go back to their own home and see how they can develop it. All right, that's where we would like to leave it. It's a good one, for me. Deji is now the winner for him to recognize his mistake and see how he can work together, because synergy is overly important, especially whenever there is need to change a country like this. Thank you very much for listening.